Live, 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 live. What up, Pete?
Dude, what it do, homie?
Oh man, we in here tonight, baby. Come
In the
on.
neighborhood.
Shout out to Sugar Slim, baby. Gotta keep it real.
neighborhood.
Come on.
Shout out to Blue Chick Check Slim, man. Instagram beats. Sugar Slim beat on Instagram. Blue Check
Yeah,
Slim. That's his AKA, you know what I mean?
you feel me?
We're here
What
for
up with it?
people things.
Fade money, fade money,
Your
fade
boy
money.
do
MP, MP, MP,
the
MP.
beautiful
What up
thing
with you, baby?
in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. In the neighborhood. Let's rock.
Hey man, hey man. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is so crazy. You feel me? We gotta get to it, man. Can you hear me now?
Man, can I? Yes, sir. You already know what time it is, man.
Listen, P.
Been a long
Tonight,
time.
bro, we going into some stuff tonight, man. But it's crazy right now, bro. I'm hitting you up, man, and we on this line right now. And I'm trying to figure out some stuff right now, P, because the bell just went off. And I
Yeah.
need to hear you say something, boy.
Yo, 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 yo. What it do, dude?
Oh man, say P, I can't call it. I can't call it, man. Talk to me though, P. It's
Hey, man.
about, hey, there we go. Hey P, check this out, man.
What's happening, man?
Tonight's show, man.
Yeah.
Tonight's show, man. And I know people trying to figure out why they taking so long, why they moving around, why they because tonight we a little, because we going somewhere tonight. We going somewhere tonight, man. And it's one of those moments where you give the real, man, to the world to a sense of what we think you can handle. But I think it's important that we show people that when you got a mindset and you got something to stand on, you got a belief system, and nothing could shake that or break that because you believe in something that you believe is bigger than all things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's our high power. That's our God, right? So we trust in that and we believe in that. We stand on that foundation. So, but that's for each his own, man. Whatever you have to stand on a solid foundation, I believe, and anything's possible. Which brings us to why we here, Pete. Why we here, Pete? Tell the people, Pete. The
Man,
people want
you know what I mean? Yada that mean. You know what I mean? Okay. I know you know a lot about that yada that mean. You know what I mean?
you feel?
Yee. Nah, we come out here, man. Let you know, man. We coming from the streets to the suites, man. You know what I'm saying? Let you know
Wow.
anything is possible, like he said. You know,
Yes, sir.
it was one thing to never give up. You know, persevere. Always keep going, no matter what try to hold you down. You keep on pushing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Yes,
over
sir.
till it's over. Till the fat lady and her twin sister sing. You just keep on pushing. You feel me? So, you know, we're gonna go ahead and kick this off, man, from the streets to the suites. Um, and letting you know from the, whatever you're going through, just fight through it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make it through. You gotta
Yes,
first
man.
one, keep him first. Believe in him. You know what I'm saying? And stay prayed up. And then push forward, man. That's what we're gonna do.
Wow. P. That's some. A lot of times we go into details, P, about a lot of things that's happening in the world, and
Yeah.
a lot of time it be negative things, right? And like I said, we try to keep it positive. And with that being said, like there's so much that we can entertain and gossip, and people say that sells, right? And it does, right? And we get that.
Yeah.
There's people that love gospel more than they love the truth, right? That not the truth. let's use another word, than conversation that's edifying, right?
Yeah.
If I tell you I have a hustle that you can make some money real fast, your attention right there.
Gotcha.
But if I tell you, listen, man, I believe that your future holds this, and if you do this, this, and this, blah, 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 and I need to hold you for 30 minutes to talk about that and tell you, listen, give me 30 minutes to an hour to tell you why your life is so important to you. You're gonna say, man, I got stuff to do.
So I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
So if you could grabs a individual attention by saying some things, P. Like just going into detail, like I think everybody got a story to tell, right? P got a story to tell. And it's deep, it's gonna come from because people need to understand from all aspects that it's somebody that had it worse than you, right?
Correct. Correct.
We and sometimes we'll think that you, we could say that as a cliche line, but in the person mind, right there in the moment of their feelings and how they feel, they're not thinking in the moment of how everybody else feel, right? Because they're feeling something, right? So if you tell me in one breath that everybody grieves different, then everybody should feel different in
Correct.
all aspects, right? So I can't really tell you, but I could tell you the journey and the path that I went through, right? Jada Kiss says it best in one of his songs, right? Shout out to Jada Kiss for this, right? He said, I can't tell you about the evils that men do. I can only tell you about the shit that I've been through, right? Really, I can't speak on another man. I can't tell you this, but I could tell you what I've been through to help somebody that's going through something that might be worse or might be a little less than what I went through. And they might say, damn, I thought I had it tough.
Yeah.
Damn, P, dude, damn, I ain't know that. I only see what I see, right? So with that being said, P, tell the people, man, talk that shit, man. Let the people know, man.
Well,
Let the
man,
whole
shoot.
people give them a gist. This is a gist.
I'm gonna give you.
Just give them a gist, man. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
So I'm gonna start off when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably coming into about 12th grade or around the 12th grade. Let's just say that this is 95 going into 96. I graduated in 96, right? So,
Right,
my grandmother, I remember distinctively, she sat me down one time and she said, everybody ain't your friend. You need to get out them streets. You need to calm down. You need to
right,
change the direction. You need to focus. You know what I'm saying? And of course, as a youngster, what you do, you're like, she don't know what she talking about. I ain't gonna say she didn't know what she talking about, but I didn't understand at the moment. You know what I mean? When she
right,
really trying to
right,
get at. You know what I mean? And it's like a thief. You don't feel sorry for yourself until you get caught.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And get put in a position to where it takes your freedom. So she's telling me this. I can't see it. Your friends ain't your friends. Watch what you're doing. You know what I mean? This is the beginning. You can do something to really damage what you got going. You know what I mean? So
right,
I what's so crazy, one night I'm got a hot little date to go take out in 12th grade. I got my whip. I got a nice little stash in the bank. You know what I mean?
right,
Credit card. I was blessed to have a lawsuit in my favor when I was younger, right? So I'm
right,
chilling, man. I'm finna go do this, and I'll get a phone call one night, and they like, yo, man, give me a ride over. Where you headed? I'm like, I'm going to city of Downey right quick, man. I'm coming from Compton, and so I'm coming off the 91 freeway. This
right,
person lives off the 91 freeway. He's like, yeah, pick me up, man. So I pick him up, and just so happened the location was near my kid's mother's house. He's about to be born. He's not even here yet. She's
right,
pregnant. It's right down the street. So I make the decision. All right, come on, man. I got you. I'm gonna take you over there. So we make the trip. 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away. We take the loop. I get there. You know what I'm saying? We drop him off. Um, he proceeds to steal a Nissan Sentra back
Right.
in the day, the square box. You know, they was hot back then. You know what I'm saying? You look at him now, you like, you you was going to steal a what? You know what I'm saying? I don't even think it had 16s on it. Probably had 12s. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Stupid like. So I drop him off, and he gets in there, do his work. Car stalls on him while he trying to steal it right in front of the crib. And I don't immediately pull off. I want to make sure he's straight before I leave. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when he hit the car, I see the white boy look out the window like, yo, dad, somebody stealing my whip. You know what I'm saying? So he burns off, then I burn off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knowing that they had been watching before the starter even killed. You know what I mean? This was
Right.
some kind of way it died down. High speed chase pursues. They chase him on off. I'm like, all right, well, he got to do. That's what he pulled off. He had to deal with it. What he had to deal with on his own. So I'm proceeding to the house. You know what I'm saying? I come down Stewart and Gray, pull him to the apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm good. So by the time I exit my vehicle, police are at the end of the driveway. I'm looking down the end of the driveway like, nah, can't be. You know what I'm saying? Lo and behold, once I hit that door, police come from everywhere. Blue, get on the ground, get on the ground. Boom. Mom's like, of course, what's happening? It's a quiet neighborhood. We live in about this time. It's one of them neighborhoods. It's kind of like neighborhoods like Frisco. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere you don't want to play in. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, it was a string of car robberies over there, thefts. So I'm transitioning from 7. I think I had just turned 18. 18. You know what I'm saying? So a few months. I'm talking about a month, maybe days, nigga, after that. So when they run it, they yeah, we was gonna take him down for questioning. So my mom come out, she running, she comes outside like, what's going on? What's going on? Cop throw me on the ground. It's a bunch of them. One of them put the boot on my neck, holding me down. So when my mom come to the door, they of course get back in the house, get back in the house. You know what I'm saying? So crazy. It's not a brother there. It's not a Hispanic cop. It's all white cops. So while I'm there in front of my mom, foot on the ground, head on the ground, foot on my neck, they spitting on the ground right by my face. So you spitting on me. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she can't take it. She like, it's my son, it's my baby. You know what I'm saying? Get in the house. We was gonna take him for questioning. So in my mind, I didn't steal a car. You know what I'm saying? You didn't catch me and you didn't do the high speed chase for me. You just pulled me up from the crib. So I get in the car with the 2 detectives, whatever. They throw me in the back, headed to the police station. Cop immediately said, "Oh yeah, we lied to your mom. You going to jail." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, we just said that so she can calm down." So we get to the station. I walk in there. The person I had dropped off was in another room. Now when I left, this dude had a full, them sweatsuits that used to make the noise.
Yeah.
Had the
Yeah.
cotton in the middle, and everybody had them. The Fresh Prince of
Yeah.
Will Smith used to wear them on the Fresh Prince of
The
Bel-Air.
breakdown.
Yeah, neon colored and all that.
Mhm.
Except when I left him, it was brand new. Man, but when I caught up with him, they must have beat the brakes off the homie. I'm talking about cops beat him so bad, he had road rash on the side of his face. I didn't even know who he was when I saw him.
Right.
Dislocated a arm or something like that. So they took time to give him what they wanted to give him. So when I walk up in there, first question they asked him was, and this is from my understanding, was, "Do you know the dude next door?" And I can hear him. And he was like, "Okay, we got enough to book him. Go ahead." He said, "Yes, I know him. He's the one to drive me out to the car." So I ended up going to jail for maybe 3 days. When I go to the jail, of course, I got a baby face. I'm like Babyface Ray up in that joint, man. They like, "Say, man, what you doing up in here, youngster? You look too young
Right.
up in here, youngster. Let me tell you something." So that now they feeling sorry for me. You know what I'm saying? And this
Right.
ain't your typical stint in jail. I'm 18 now. I'm in LA County, homie, downtown with not the new county, but the old one. This is this is before they, you know what I mean, the new one became old. That's how long ago it was. So the cop, they slide me extra food, sandwiches, and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there like, "Hey man, don't give me no special treatment." You know what I'm saying? Because now you're gonna put a magnifying glass on me. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but
Right.
everybody in there like, "Hey, youngster," because I probably look like I was 12, 13 up in there. So they probably
Right.
looking like, "Is this little nigga here for murder or crime?" You know what I'm saying? So, law to fast forward what happened on, I go to court and the judge was like, "Well, we can't really pinpoint nothing on you. You wasn't there on the scene. We didn't arrest you. We didn't do nothing. So
Right.
I'm gonna give you a chance to go back here, make a phone call, and get out the situation. I want you out of the state of California." So a lot of people always ask me, how did I end up in Texas the first time? I got kicked out of California because the judge
Right.
felt sorry for me. Was like, you know what? We can't pin this on you. You know what I'm saying? We caught the person that stole the car. We got all. We got this. We got you from your house. We just saying, you dropped this dude off. So in a court of law, that could be accessory to a crime, right? So the
Mhm.
judge was like, just go call somebody. I go call my auntie. She's like, yeah, I can come to Texas. So my attorney, you heard it? Boom. Judge going there. It's like, yeah, you get to go to Texas, man. We're gonna put you on summary probation. Don't get in no more trouble. I go to Texas. Luckily, I had a job. I had everything to make it seem I had good grades. I had a job. So when they looking at me, you know what I'm saying? They like, this dude has a position as a team lead as a teenager in the business. You know what I'm saying? So why is he stealing cars? Why would he have to steal a car? He had his own car. You know what I'm saying? So I go to Texas, man. Come out here, transfer a job. I was blessed to get out here and transfer my job. Um, I'm working out here and stuff like that. One day, so now they supposed to transfer the probation. Probation doesn't
Right.
get transferred. It's kind of like lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? So I could have actually been all right. Summary probation. Don't even worry about this. Don't get in more trouble. You be all right. Well, one day I hooked up with some people out here. We started hitting licks. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
last, I'm at the crib on the computer, it's desktop. I'm loaded with stuff. You know what I'm saying? But one of my relatives came in there and was like, "Hey man, we need something to eat."
Right.
Like, all right, they like, "You gonna go run that play?" I say, "I don't really want to." "Man, we need something to eat." I said, "You know what? Let me go run that play for my family." So I had a chick out
Right.
here, you know what I'm saying? I go run the play. The chick get me caught up while I'm running the play to save her tail. So I'm like, understand that. Police chase me. I get chased. Boom. I outrun the police. I get away. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until an undercover police officer for the school off duty seen me running in there and he caught me. It took him a little while to catch me, whatever. So I go to the court case out here. So um 20 years, man. I go to a job, try to apply. You know, that little question you get, you have something on your record. Hey, what do I put down? So yeah, 20 years of going in there, going to orientation, middle of orientation, get that little tap on your back. Hey, we need to talk to you. Walk you out, you already know what it is. So,
Right.
I get into the
Right.
street hustle. I'm hustling, hustling, hustling. And finally I get into a job to where they mess up the paperwork, you know what I'm saying, on the
Right.
application. And I'm like, this is my time to get it right. So they hired me, but they lost the
Right.
app. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have me on file for what I done did, was accused of.
Right.
So I worked there maybe 6 years. I'll move on up the ranks, homie. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah.
got fired on the fluke stuff, ended up going to Barber College. In the midst of going to Barber College, Obama's in before he even go to college, Barber College, he's in
Right.
office right now. Obama gets
Wow.
elected.
I don't know about.
Yeah, he gets elected, pass a law in California to where they erase any felonies you have in Los Angeles. If you've never been in the state pen. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I don't know this until I try to apply for a firearm license. I get the letter back and they're like, nah, you got the case back here. So I'm like, all right. Then I called an attorney out there. Shout out to Valley. You know what I'm saying? Attorney, I called him just out the blue. He was like, nah, man, you don't have nothing on your record. Matter of fact, this is supposed to be off your record. Trump
Okay.
signed a proposition to get it taken off. So it's taken off my record. I'll get reinstated my gun rights. And then I'm like, I'm really straight now. So now I'm a licensed barber. I quit my
Right.
other job. You know what I'm saying? I go to school and
Wow.
from
Wow.
there was no turning back, homie. I went and applied for my license to carry. I ended up becoming a licensed firearm instructor, range safety officer, level 4 security officer, opening up private businesses, you know what I'm saying? Ended up being a barber. On top of being a barber, you know what I'm saying? It's just everything escalated from there. Was able to take care of
So
my kids, take care of my family. and get on the Delete That podcast. So it took a lot to get where I'm at. And I went from
Wow.
the streets to the suites. You know what I mean? Because I
Hear
ended
that.
up stop hustling and all that, and now I'm legitimate, a legitimate businessman. You feel me? And right now, shoot,
So,
can't nothing hold me back but me. Man.
so so would you say there's some people out there that you think have been through some similar things, man, that if they was to ask you questions about it, man, that you could kind of tell them how the adjustment for you, because everybody adjustment, you're gonna have some people say, oh man, I did this and I did that though, and I, you know what I mean, but at the same time it's about overcoming obstacles in our way, right?
Correct.
And staying consistent and diligent inside that, you know what I mean? And that's not accepting no, right? You could have accepted no when they said no the first time to your applying, and just accepted that and just went on, damn man, I never be able to accomplish that. I never be able to. So basically you have the ability to go into law enforcement, do things at higher levels, and even expound if you choose to create your own security firm, anything, right?
All that, all that.
Wow. So so what would you tell a kid that's in a home right now, P, that may be heading in that direction, a young P at 19, 18, uh, even 17, you know what I mean?
Man.
But
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, that's it. That
Oh,
was
I,
what would you
I
tell them?
would first of all say pay attention to those that came before you. You know, my grandmother was somebody I still respect to this day. And I'm blessed that she's still on this planet. She was telling me, you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't foresee what she meant by what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
listen to those who came before you that care for you, that's trying to direct you in the right path. You know what I mean? Don't think at 17, 18 that you know it all. 16, you know it all. 12, 11, that you know it all.
right,
You don't have a percentage of what you learning or need to learn to get where you need to get. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
never give up. You know what I'm saying? Like always know there's a difference between right and wrong, and you know it deep down in your heart when
right,
you know when you get that guilt. You know what I mean? That because you got a conscience. So listen to those that's before you, man. They love you. They're not trying to steer you in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? Um,
right,
and I could say it starts from there. You have caring home. I never have a dad. I didn't have a dad in the household, but I had people that care.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right, right. And just knowing that, man, it being a dad, knowing how important it is to be involved in our kids' life. When you don't have it, we only give it because we know what it feels like to not have it. So it
Correct.
makes us better fathers when they have a lot of kids or people that has been through those things that blame that parent from not being there, and they got kids and they're sitting there one thing they always say, I never do that to my child. I never. So in the process, you're being mad at your parent instead of embracing the pain you felt made you understand the love you need to give. You learned a valuable lesson. You found value in that. That's that always going back to that. Finding value in something, right? So that was, I think, for you, that you found value in yourself during the time of trying to figure out life and going through what you're going through, losing a job and being denied over and over again, going through the things that people say we go through. People of color, people go through it. It's all races that go through it.
Correct. Yep.
You know what I mean? To be honest with you, now some go through it more than others, but
Mhm.
we all go through it. You know, Pete. So I mean, that's a good, I think, a good lesson for someone to learn and understand that sometime hanging around the wrong people, running in the wrong crowds that could hurt you, right? That people, you're guilty by association, and we understand that,
Yeah.
but a lot of people don't understand that. You know
So
what I'm saying?
with that being said, and my story, is it something that you can express or something that you can give to a young person that might be listening right now, or a parent that's struggling to get their kids corralled to listen to something right now? Because we live in an age of a lot of single parent households, and a lot of the mothers are having trouble with their teenage sons. It's something that you can give, or a story that you can relate to.
Well, for me, P, my journey was different, especially my upbringing, right? We I grew up in New Orleans, right? So New Orleans was different back then. You know what I mean? You coming out 70s and 80s, and everything's hitting right now, and what you see is, you knew you was in poverty, but it was a rich poverty around you that you saw others that fell victim to the street game,
Yeah.
and they balled. What we call balling, people call it, and it came up, they the kingpin, and all these different names they give to it, right? But you
Right.
saw these things, man, and you was inspired by those things. You didn't shun away. You see stories in movies where parents will grab some of their kids. I know you. Come on, you're not hanging with them. You're running down. It wasn't like that. Like coming up, like for us, man. Coming up in the projects, man. The Calio projects, bro. It was, man, that was our Disney World. People was worrying about going to Disney World, and we were just worrying about when school get out. Like, it's
Mhm.
about to be, yeah, the weekend. The weekend, you got the DJs and the coatways, and so stuff was popping, man. And it was a lot of love, but through it all, you understood that it was an era. Now people know that it was an era, a time of a crack pandemic that hit, and it flooded through neighborhoods, and everybody became somebody, and then wars was started, right, behind turf. So, and a lot of times you saw the drama happening, and all you did was just watch from afar. And then when it was over with, we ran up to the car, ran up to the body to go look at it, instead of being scared of it and shunned away. It
Mhm.
was a norm for us, man. So coming up during that era, man, it was so crazy, P, and the influence was heavy. You know what I mean? With my upbringing, my family, and all we knew was what we saw, right?
Mhm.
And you know, it'll shape a kid when you have no restraints, when you don't, your parents love you. You know what I mean? Your mom working, so she gotta be the breadwinner. Your grams watching you, you know what I mean, most of the time, because she gotta work, you know what I mean? So that was your babysitter, you know what I'm saying? So we loved it, the project, so much, man, and it was nothing better than it. So we was conformed to our environment, and we embraced it, and we loved it. It was Scarface, the movie came out, man, and oh my goodness, it changed the sports was like, man, ain't nobody talking about, we'll play sports all day though. And man, we play sports all day, but when Scarface came out, it changed a lot of people, and they went to living like that, right? And everybody wanted that dream. They understood we needed to get out of the projects, but the dream was to get out of the projects by being him.
Mhm.
That was a movie that impacted a group of ethnic backgrounds of people, man, that was living in an environment with that surrounding them 24/7. So it was cool. It wasn't bad. Nobody looked at you bad. You seen dudes snorting coke right there. in the hallway, or you walking past, what up, bro? You talking, and they pull out a bag, and man, you want something? Nah, I'm good, and
Yeah.
yada yada yada, and then eventually you be like, shit, man, that shit ain't do you nothing all this time. I might as well
You
try it
try.
too. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So you going and going through it, it's like, dang, man, this shit, man, every day is fun. And you don't know that every day is a day that you taking a chance, right? So we saw the killers run through the projects and do these things, and we blah blah blah, and we fascinated with it, and we went. TGNY was open in it, and that's where you get the toy guns and everybody playing cops and robbers. Nobody don't want to be the cops, right? So we would try, like, everybody wanted to be the gangster. Everybody wanted, that was the influence for us,
Yeah.
right? It was a high. And when I got to school, that was my mindset, right? Because of my family, like, I knew who I was. Like, yeah, man, everybody knew who yeah, we was all, but in the projects, we had our crews in the project that we just hung with. These was our everyday friends, and then them friends grew, and some grew apart, and then deception, and up. Everybody was hungry. Everybody wanted to dream, right? So we grew apart, man, to whereas there was a incident that separated us for a long time, man. And it was a childhood friend of mine, and used to hang in my house. I hang by his house, hang in my house, watch cartoons and stuff together, yada yada yada. And one day I'm coming from back there. So, and it's always, bro, you know what I mean, the root of some things that dudes fall out of, friendships and relationships and yada yada yada. The root of it is what? A
Money.
girl. A
Oh,
girl.
no. Yeah.
So there was a
Dang.
girl that at the time, to be honest with you, when I ain't know you was dealing with her, because I ain't never saw y'all together. Like, you know what I mean? So we got together, and there was no issue, like, woo to woo. But then dudes went to saying, man, such and such was I said, well, I ain't know that, but shit, we already then got there. You know what I mean? Like, what I supposed to, like, you know what I mean? We really rocking with each other at this time, but it's still a two-sided fence that's being played, you know what I mean, at
Mhm.
times. So it's creating more friction. So one particular night, man, a friend of ours get killed, man, and this was my little dog too, man. So when he got killed, rest in peace, Lil Put, man. He got killed, man, in a dice game, bro. And so the whole project's pissed off because it's in another neighborhood, right? And and he wasn't even a big dude in stature. Like, if I was to say right now, I would say 5'4", 5'5". You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
ain't even really like nobody. You ain't bullying nobody. Like, he ain't rocking like that. But
Yeah.
he talk flip, but he a little nigga, man. So the dude, so everybody hot about it, right? Everybody pissed off and plotting and woo to woo and this and that. So one particular night, man, I'm coming from out the house, and my got my little dog, rest in peace, Day, rest in peace, Shorty B, and my cousin Bobby with me, right? So we gets in a car, and I got a rock one on at the time, and I'm pulling off, and so, well, no, 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 no. Before we get to the car, I'm walking up the courtway. So they were like, man, bro, man, what we gonna do about this, man? Blah blah blah. So like I said, everybody pissed off. And dude, like, man, we gotta go back there. We gotta go back there. Now the car guy ain't nothing but a two. It's a two door. So I'm like, man, look, I gotta go drop them off first, because they ain't even with that. I'm gonna go drop them off, and then I come back, right? So they were like, man, you gonna come back? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come back. So I get ready to walk off. Now my car is parked on one of our main streets, so on Prayer, but it's like I gets in the car, pulls off, like he in the courtway at the time and everything, right? So apparently, from another perception, they said we made bumped. It wasn't an intentional bump. I don't remember the bump and all this made up stuff. Like, all I know is that the tension was up behind the broad, right? So I gets to
So
the car.
you bump of that dude you was talking about going through the courtway to go to the car.
Allegedly,
Allegedly. Okay.
right? That never recommend that I never remember that I to this day.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
anyway, I know what it was. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when I
yeah.
get to the car, we drive, but we turn on Martin Luther King. So we make a right? Then I'm gonna turn in the first driveway. So when I turn in the driveway, I see my other partner and them. I hit the horn, I bump, bump, bump. They walking, but it's nighttime, right? So they holler, it was like, who that is, man? They don't know who the car is. And I said, what it is? And they're like, what's happening? Blah, blah, blah. What up, bitch? So we talk to each other like that.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
happening,
yeah.
bitch?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, woo to woo. So as they walking, the shots start ringing. Bum, 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 bum. So we hit the stop. I see them running, but I don't know. I hear shots, but I ain't worrying about it. I'm in my project. I ain't thinking nobody shooting at me. Like, I ain't even thinking like that.
Mhm.
So boom, I gets to the no. So Dave says, dude, somebody shooting at us. And I turn back and look, and now I see the fire from the gun, right?
Right, yeah.
And I ducks. When I duck, it comes through the back. So the window, the frame that holds the glass window in,
Mm.
it comes through there on the angle. Because I see the spark when it comes in the car, rips through the seat, goes straight through the steering wheel, like the open part of the steering wheel and hit the dashboard,
That's
right where I
crazy.
was sitting at. But if I wouldn't have bent down, it would have hit me in the back of my head, right?
Yeah.
So this at that moment, the car hits another car, boom, this and that. Now I can't technically see who's
Fine.
shooting,
Yeah.
right? All I see is the fire from a figure in the dark cut. And so that was never in the so the police was pissed and you know where what I don't.
I don't know
I, I
who it was.
honestly don't.
Yeah.
I got an idea, but I don't.
Yeah.
Right. So I can't give you a name. I don't. I'm telling you. So they pissed off. They upset with me. And I'm like, my mom and them, they all at this time from the hospitals because my boy had to go to the hospital. He got grazed all in his head. And the crazy part, my two cousins that was in the back, they ducked down. But the whole while, the bullets was going through his window. The passenger, I'm in a two-seater, a two-door car, is going through his window and out my window and ain't touching me at all. Right. So I know it wasn't nothing but God, right, covering me. And through this, I became something that was genetically handed down through from my dad's side, but it made me become a person that trust trust this a childhood friend. We're in the same house together. We eating snacks together, right?
Yeah.
So now there's a that hey man, listen, we at a distance, right? We at a distance. And that's because I'm thinking about the one that went through the seat, through the steering wheel, like you can't take that back, right? So 9 years later, I'm a product of my environment. I'm subjected to it. It's all we know. You know what I mean? Sports was our thing. We became interested in sports, man. P, we had a guy, bro. Shout out Michael Ball.
Mhm.
Uh, Wound up making it to the NFL, right? Oh
Yeah.
my God. It was a moment in the hood when you see one of your own get there, right?
Yeah.
And like you knew from the high school, like, cause we was at the games. I was a young cat because my brother broke his neck playing football. I think in 84, 83. He broke his neck playing football, right? In a high school game.
Uh-huh.
And me and my mom, we was at church and something. So we getting out there with the phone ringing. I ain't go to that game. My mom made me go to church. I was like, man, I was mad. I wanted because I'm always at the game. I'm the ball boy. I love football, right? That was my thing. I was always fast. I killed, I burned people in the project. We call it burn when you get past them, you know what I mean? But I was short, always short. But my brother breaks his neck, man. We get the call, boom, shoots down. So now he ain't playing ball no more. Doctor said he wasn't gonna walk again and all this stuff, and he walked till this day. But he overcame that, man, and we went through that as a family, nursing, and you know what I mean. And this was my idol. Like I'm looking at my idol wounded, so I kept a grudge on my shoulder to be the one to hold it down for my family, because my other brother that was right under that brother, he was locked up. So I'm the only boy that's really physically out here during the time, man. Then when my brother come back home, it's like I'm all excited again, but we ain't like they ain't keeping me with them because they're in the streets, right? So now
Mhm.
I'm clinging to the streets. I'm clinging to dudes older than me, man. So influence is real. So I get it for kids that go through it, and people wonder why I'm so patient with kids and why I give back so much, man. Because it was so much happened being 9 years old, experiencing what it is to encounter the law and being put in juvie and getting out, and like parents coming, got to sign you out, and you
Yeah.
going home, you got to face their consequences. But again, I told you I was fast, I was quick, I knew what time of day it was once I got out the car. You know what I'm saying? So when I got out the car, pew, you had to catch me. I got it, but you had to calm down by the time you got to me. You was mad because I ran, but
But tired, but they had to catch you.
yeah, they had to catch me. You know what I mean? I finally gave up because I had to come inside. Right. But and they'll play sleep, play quiet, let me ease through the door with all the lights off. I'm thinking everything good. I done lock the door, get all the way to the back of it where I can't run. And they'll come out of doors and with belts. Even my brother used to I used to get under the bed
Hey,
though, Pete.
hey,
But
hey, so you mean to tell me that if they came in there like kid and play dad, came in there kid,
for real.
gotcha, nigga.
And we on the
He said,
second floor. So it ain't like I'm just jumping out a window, right?
yeah,
Our projects, it had hallways, man. And man, I'm telling you, bro, that was like Disney World to us, man. It was a time, it was so populated, bro. And it had a guy, rest in peace, man, Brown Eye, man. We call him Brown Eye. And he always kept his keys on him, janitor or something, man. But he'd come back there, and everybody, once people see his truck, I don't care what you was doing. I'm telling you, P, this was the biggest influence of a man that was quiet and didn't boast about what he did for a community. He brought a community together, brought a legacy to our community, man. He brought football and believe, and he breathed everything that came out that still come out of that hood, out of the Calliope projects, is a left legacy of him, bro. I'm telling you. This guy truck will pull up and kids will break out everywhere to get to him first. He getting out with the football in his hand. He always kept a good leather football. And they call him Paul Warfield. Go get it, boy. And sling that thing. He used to throw it behind his back, bro, like 30, 40 yards on the money to you, bro. And
dang,
he played, right? So all the older dudes, the dudes that was in the streets, that was hustling, that was older than us, man. Because at this time, I'm like 7, 8, you know what I mean? Like they probably like 11, 12, 13, 10. They all older than me, you know what I mean? Except for my little group, right? But I was fast and good. So I was playing with the 13 and the 14-year-old, and they couldn't check me, right? Literally. So I was always getting picked on to get like on a team. So they would, when he get there, he'd get in the project. So the older dudes will pick first, and they'll pick their team, blah blah blah, and then they'll get the little ones to pick their team, blah blah blah. So we waiting on their game to be over with, and we are watching this, bro. And this is like our Super Bowl. You talking about football in the project? This shit was everybody out, parents out, like it's stuff that people
it's
really
big.
don't expound upon,
Yeah,
right, P? And it was hope for us, bro. And when this dude did this, and then Mike made it out, bro, the project went crazy. Project went crazy, P. P, we believed that we could do it. Like it inspired us to like, man, you can make it, you can make it, but college education wasn't important, right? That's the side that wasn't promoted to us. We didn't get that promotion to say now you see kids looking for the scholarship to go to college. It's everything to them. I had a recruiter walk up to me, man, my sophomore year, Steve Spurrier. Shout out Steve Spurrier. He was at Florida at the time, man. And we had a game. We played Nickel State. And we had a senior at running back. He running the ball. And shout out Wawa. He running the ball. I'm running the ball, right? So I cuts up that game on the 30 trap back to back. Boom, boom, boom. I done busted up the field for yards, right? As I was short and I was elusive. So at the end of the game, Nickel State, we don't know it's Nickel State. We just see the people walk out to the middle of the field, stop with him and this and that. So me and Coach Will and some other defensive players walking off the field because I was playing wing back and I was playing cornerback, right? So I'm starting on both sides. So I'm like, dang. So we walking up. I'm like, dang, Coach, who that is? Is that the news people? It was like, nah, that's Nickel State. That's a recruiter. I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, I had about 100 or something. So we competitive. So it ain't like you shoot short or talking low. I'm like, man, I had all them yards. So everybody look at it like, so my dog shot, he rest in peace. He says, John says, man, I had such and such tackle. So we walking up. He's like, man, your chance gonna come. Your chance gonna come. We're walking off the field. All I see is a guy with a khaki and a shirt on and walking to nice statue, man. Had comb real nice. You know what I mean? White man. So I'm looking at like, who the hell is this? And he introduced himself to the coach, shakes the coach hand, and says, hey man, I wanted to talk to you about one of your players. So he was like, yeah, which player? That's I think Nickel State is talking to our senior. He's like, no, I ain't here for the senior. Talking about number 28. And I look up like, huh? It's like, man, you know, and he go to talking and like ask me would I be willing to come out to their school and yada 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 and how's his grades, and then the coach lies for me. You know what I mean? Because I ain't lying to you. I had honors. They was trying to put me in honors math. That's because I had a crush on the math teacher. You know what I mean? And I used to go to her class. But like,
I bet you did.
yeah, I was there. You know what I mean? English I went to. You know what I mean? But PE, I had an F in PE. Like I ain't do none of
Hey,
that.
hold on.
The shorts was too
Hold
high back then.
on, dude. Hold on. You that athletic, but you got an F in PE.
The shorts, we had to dress out, and the shorts they give you,
Boy,
boy wasn't putting them on.
you're right,
No,
man. Well,
no.
man,
No. And they had a sweat shit and all that time. Or at least I couldn't afford it or something. I don't know what it was, but I ain't have no sweats. I don't know. I ain't have no sweats, and I wasn't putting on them shorts. So
shout.
yeah, I took it on the chin. I wasn't doing all that. But, you know, to get back to it, man, that was just a fun time. Like I said, it was our Disney World, man. And through that process, I went there, man, and to say that I had turned to the streets and I just became a product of my environment. So and I gave up on my career because of the violence that surrounded me. And there was I'm not going to no football field and I know you trying to do me something.
Yeah.
Like going to what
Just
practice?
sitting duck, basically.
Yeah. I'ma stay on my grounds where I know I can move at,
First
right?
thing they find you there, you feel me?
Right. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's where it normally happens. So, you know, and I was taught some things by my dad, man, and I stuck to those principles, bro. So, you know, it's yeah, those shorts, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Well, man, I'm
But
definitely glad you made it out, man, because you wouldn't be here now. It seems, through your story, I heard you say rest in peace, like four of your friends. You know what I'm saying? And then I
man,
know
that's
that
just
gotta
something.
be trauma within itself, and which a lot we don't speak about. It coming up, the trauma that we have, especially as black men and stuff that we seen. You know what I mean? I heard
Right,
you say you seen the bodies, y'all ran up and seen the blood, you seen the stuff like that. We become numb to that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I'm thankful God that you're here, man. You made it through, man. Nice to see you
Mhm.
here and
Tell you,
have met you. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you this, P. To hear police officers tell you if I catch you on this side of the river
Yeah.
and anything happened, you get in charge with it.
Yeah.
They made me stay on. So what happened? The East Bank and the West Bank is
On you.
separated by a bridge that crosses the Mississippi River, right? And I was threatened. No, I took it as a threat that if you catch me on this side,
As you should.
you getting arrested
As you
for
should.
conspiracy and yada yada yada. So my mom like, do you understand what that means? Do you understand? I say, how somebody shoot at me and I can't go nowhere? Like that don't make sense to me. But in a community, I guess they was just trying to control
The community, yeah.
the
The back
seriousness
and
of the
forth.
situation, the back and forth, the
Yeah.
retaliation,
Possibility.
right? So for years, I stuck to it till I said, man, listen, man, I'm going wherever I want to go. Like I ain't, you know what I mean?
That's that young like I was, that's that young thing saying,
Right,
"I'm gonna do what I do until I figure out that it's bad for me," right?
right.
Yeah.
And it got bad for me. You know what I mean? So and through it, they'll learn more about it. We'll get into it later on that.
Well
But the moral to it is that through that, everything we go through and we is somebody always got it worse, right?
mhm.
And opportunity to make it out didn't happen for me in my city. It wasn't logical. There's nothing that I see there that I'm inspired to retire from, right? There was the hope, it was gloom, it was darkness. To a point to where as you understood, man, when I always say Gotham, man, because that's what it reminded me of back then. It was Gotham, right?
Wait, hold on, dude. I'm looking in the chat.
Oh, you see what she said about the shorts?
She said that them shorts with the white blocks on the bit on the leg come
Yeah.
about mid-thigh.
Yes.
Yeah, they were shorts.
Yeah. That's
They
what
were super medium.
yeah. I wasn't putting them
Shout
on.
out to Massage Flags.
Give give me the F. Gi give me the F. I wasn't getting it. So I got F. And it what I don't know, but
Oh, man.
what to tell you, but all I know was I wasn't putting them shorts on.
I'm gonna put those shorts.
I wasn't,
You
man. You know what I
do
mean?
wear shorts?
Yeah, yeah, man.
I do. I got a
Mm,
question for you, though.
what's that?
A serious question. In your story, man, that you were telling me, you had a two-seater, correct?
Two-seater.
How did you fit 4 niggas in this two-seater? What kind of
No, a two-door, not a
two-door?
two-seat.
Okay, I'm about to say, man, what kind of
Yeah,
I mean, two-door.
that's
What kind of
yeah,
car was this, man?
two-door. It was a Chrysler, what's the list?
LeBaron, nigga?
Which one?
Was
Uh,
it
it was
Chrysler
a it
LeBaron?
was a Chrysler. I remember it being a little
Two-door?
Chrysler, but it had like back seats to it. It wasn't the size of a Cutlass. It was a little shorter than a Cutlass,
Yeah,
like
you had
a
2 doors.
91 Cutlass or
So
something.
look, if you had to jump out that joint, you had to stop and then raise the front seat for somebody
No,
to
I
even
was
jump out.
driving.
No, I'm just saying though, just for
Yeah, you
somebody
gotta
to jump.
push that forward on
You
your
gotta hit
own. You
the
don't
whole
raise
thing back.
that. Them was loose back in the day, Pete.
Nah,
Them wasn't tight. You
I
just
got
push them bitches.
oh, okay. I'm about to say, now look, it's 2025. Do you remember them doors on the GTs, them Ford GTs? You open them and that
Oh, yeah.
thing goes you get stuck on them joints. I'm
Hey,
glad they don't have them no more, boy, I'm
hey.
saying you.
Hey, I can tell you this, they all got out that car, and he collapsed at the tree. He was alright though
Yeah.
after that, but they was at the tree with him. I had to scramble. I went to a house where I thought the weapons was, and they had just got moved, and I was like so that's where
Yeah,
my mom and them had to pick me up from.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, they had to bring like all this shit was going on. So shit was normal, man. But the moral to it is that if I'd have stayed in the mindset of believing that there's no hope or there's no second chances, man.
Yeah.
This is just who I am, and this is my makeup. This you don't understand who I am, and this I'm going through this. You don't get it, and blah blah blah. No, if I would have stayed there in that way of thinking, that harmful way of thinking, I would not be the person I am today. I would
Yeah.
have not accomplished the things that my God, opened doors up to for me to be a pillar in a community,
Mhm.
like you said, a plethora of things, a barber, a coach, a life lesson teacher, a youth mentor, you know what I mean? I'm a campus super. Everything I do is surrounded around kids. I run a youth organization. I give back to the community. You know what I mean? I do high school. I do everything, man, to where I could inspire kids that I get what you going through, man, and there's hope, but you have to have faith with that hope to say that I'm standing on what I'm standing on.
Yeah.
Nothing can shake that. If you stand on those principles, you find that hope and that faith. There's nothing impossible, man. This is how we show you a way to make things possible for you. When you say it's impossible, we're telling you it's possible, but you have to stay the course. You have to, the character that's being shaped, that character for me was shaped in those projects through what I went through, understanding what it was at a young age, what the system was, getting out and saying that there's got to be something better than this. And it took for me to leave the state. Jay-Z says sometimes you got to get away to make a comeback. Sometimes you do, man. But sometimes people don't recognize the timing of things and they stay stuck to their confinement and they think that they just trapped there. I got friends that's here where I'm at now that have never left this state.
Mhm.
Don't want to get on a plane, don't want to do some stuff, man. And they
Man,
didn't went around where they could drive to, but
ain't
it's
left.
like it's so much more. Then I know some that just ain't never, this all they know. And I'm like, brother, you know how much more is out there?
And that's the same in Texas, man. When I moved out here, it's a lot of people that move out of Texas, a lot of people that move out of Los Angeles. But I
Yeah,
truly
yeah,
believe, man, that if I didn't leave Los Angeles, I'd have been dead. I'm gonna tell you this, I'd have been dead a long time ago. Cause when I turned 16, homie, I woke up one morning like, dang, I made it. You know what I mean? I'm like,
right,
but is this the day I
right,
go outside and get knocked up? You know what I mean? Knocked
right,
off. Like, I'm
right.
kinda like low key scared because I don't know. Well, you worry about it. You know what I mean? Because you
Yeah,
can't walk around
yeah,
tiptoeing, but you see I had homies that got shot, shootouts with the police that I went to school with, killed in Lakewood. I had homies that just catching the bus that got shot up.
right,
So it was a known thing about, Crips and Bloods in Los Angeles was real all the way
right,
from the 80s all the way up until when I came out. So to just, sit on the bus trying to get to work, you having people driving up to you like, "Hey, where you from?" Not knowing what happened to somebody the day before that in their neighborhood or that night before, because they would something would happen and
right.
retaliate. So if I didn't leave the state of California, I think everything happened for a reason, and it was
Yeah, I,
predestined
I,
for me to be out of here, man, to get out here.
I tell you this, bro. What was crazy is when teachers are so much different now, man. I thank God. Like being in the school system, you see teachers endure so much, man. They get treated, the kids disrespect them, man.
Way worse now.
Teachers break down like all they want to do is teach them and help them, and kids rebel. We had teachers that would tell us, "You're not gonna make it to C21," and you lived in fear, and that's why, like, for people all over the world celebrate when they get to be 21 and they get happy because they got their license, they could go in bars, they're
Mhm.
happy, this and that. We celebrated because we proved the teacher wrong. We made it to C21. She said we wasn't gonna make it. You
Yeah.
got told that, so that was seeds of doubt that was planted. You ain't gonna be nothing. You gonna be just you gonna be just like on all the other statistics, dead in the street, blah blah blah, yada. And you heard this in that process and process. So kids brought into it and they lost their lives. Friends of mine lost their lives. We we are influenced by so much, man. Even people that be on podcasts or shows, we are influencers, right?
Mhm.
So people are influenced easily, but you just got to follow the right influence, right? Influence ain't bad. It's just the choice of influence you choose to follow. You want to be a leader at all time, but there's some things you gonna follow because it's edifying. It's good for you, right? But influence has to be identified, bro. And that's how we overcome perseverance, staying consistent, staying committed. Even when you don't want to do it, you get tired, you stay strong, man. And that's that motivational speech on my way out. As Pete, give y'all something too, man. But we love y'all out there, man. Understand that. We just share some things with you to tell you, bro. There's always somebody got it worse than you. Never judge a book by its cover. What you see may not always be what's on the inside. People are in pain. So with that being said, we shout out to y'all. We pray for y'all.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna tell you this: if you don't listen, or if you don't pay attention, or if you think you have cat lives, 9 lives, and all that, they got a special place for you. I promise you, a real special place. And they can hide you in that special place. You can get lost in the system. You can get lost in the sauce. But whatever it is, that special place, I promise you, have held a lot of people. So you can keep on ignoring those flags, ignoring the people that try to keep you out of those situations, man. Please don't. You know what I'm saying? It's light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? It's better days. You know what I'm saying? So just pay attention, man. I understand if you're going through something, like you said, you can talk to us at the Delete That Podcast. We got the number scrolling right there on the bottom of the screen.
Yes,
Email,
sir.
whatever the case may be. Like he says, he's a coach. I deal with a lot of clients and students every day, man. So never
Make
think
sure you subscribe too.
and comment, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon, man. And we'll be there for you. So, like we said, thank you for coming to the Delete That Podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you need beats, outros, and everything, our boy Sugar Slim Beats on Instagram.com. Yeah, Sugar Slim Beats on Instagram. He'll take care of you, man. Get you going, get your knees going, man. So stay prayed up, man. Always give love. Don't be expect the love back because it's gonna automatically come back to you if you want love, man. And it's your boy P, your boy Dude. We out of this thing, man.
It's your boy Dude and your boy P. What's happening, baby? What's happening, baby? It's your boy Dude and your boy P. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure y'all get ready for tomorrow's episode, man.
Yes.
Check that down below. Guest, Emmy nominated Amir Baraka, aka Jeremiah from the hit TV show Zatima, one of the great actors, I would say, of some time. Tyler Perry, producer. You understand me? But listen, man, make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Shout out to Tyler Perry for what you doing, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate you putting us on. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy P. It's your boy P. And your boy Dude.
Yay.